With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Podcast Network. Thank you so much for joining in today. Game 3 between the Florida Panthers and Carolina Hurricanes. That sounded very southern to me. The Carolina Hurricanes. Florida does lead the series 2-0. They took the first 2 games in Raleigh. So Carolina have a high mountain to climb. I wouldn't say it's like climbing Mount Everest. I'd say it's like Mount Kilimanjaro still. Big mountain, very difficult to climb. Basically, for Carolina, have to win this game. If they go down 3-0, I think the series is done. Got to start putting some wins together for Carolina. We will get starting lineups and everything shortly. Let me know your predictions in the chat as well. Puck has just dropped. Haven't missed a thing. Few chances for both teams. But if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Smash the like button as well. Make sure you follow us on our social media handles. At hockeypodnet is the instant Twitter. If you want to check me out on Twitter, at Grant Hakeem is my Twitter handle. Very popular on Twitter the past week. I've been getting lots of angry people on Twitter. At mainly Islander fans at me, but that's okay. I welcome everyone, even if they're mean to me. Thank you to the sponsors as well. Game Time and DraftKings. Use that promo code THPN for both. With Game Time, you get $20 off your first purchase, so don't forget to use that discount. Also, if you want to make a donation to help support the channel, I think you can do that through Super Chat if you're interested. Right, let's get the stats up for everyone. I believe I have it pulled up here. But I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I'm not sure if anyone here does anything fun on Memorial Day weekend. For me personally, I have a hockey tournament this weekend. So my first 2 games were earlier today. 1-1, lost one. Tomorrow is like championship Sunday. So if you win our first game in the morning, we advance to the championship. So that's exciting. Normally don't have a lot going on Memorial Day weekend, but I got invited to the tournament and I was like, sure, I'll play. So that's been fun. I am exhausted though. Back-to-back games is tiring in one day. It brings me back to being a kid when we had those tournaments, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday tournaments in the summers. Those were so much fun. I mentioned it a few times. I had a few in Winnipeg, one in Brandon, Manitoba, lots of them in Minnesota where I grew up, of course. One in North Dakota, I had one in Fargo once, one in Grand Forks. Trying to think of anywhere else I went. I think that's about everything. I think Wisconsin too. I had a couple in Wisconsin. But yeah, don't forget also on this screen over here for me, I have the PWHL, if you're interested. PWHL championship series between Ottawa and Minnesota. That series is at 1-1. The game is 1-1 in overtime, game 3 of that one. So, and it's a best of 5. So whoever wins this game could win it on Monday. So that is very exciting as well. We'll keep you updated on that. Because other than that, there's not a lot of hockey going on. Also, shout out to Team USA for winning their semifinal game today. They advanced to the gold medal game for the first time since 1934, something like that. Someone can fact check me on that. Been a long time. USA hasn't won a gold medal at the Worlds since 1930. So that'd be amazing. And we play Switzerland, so I think that's a winnable game for us. I definitely think we can pull that off. So that'd be fun. That game is tomorrow at like 2 Eastern, 2:40, 2:30 Eastern, something like that. But yeah, let's go to the comments. Will the Panthers find themselves up 3-0 in the series? Can the Canes claw their way back? Not sure. That's not a good pun. Can the Canes claw their way back? Maybe like if their mascot was like a bear, like it was the Bruins. Can the Bruins claw their way back? I think that would have been a good one. Carolina. What can Carolina do? A hurricane. What does a hurricane do? It just comes. It's can the Canes surge their way back? There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one. But yeah, let me know who wins. Because I think the worst part about a hurricane is the storm surge, right? The initial hit sucks, but then you have the ocean water coming onto the mainland and flooding all the streets. That's probably the worst part. Puck gets sent down. It'll be icing on Carolina. 15:33 to go. Mainly Florida. Lots of pressure on Florida. Let me do lineups and we'll get to comments because I always forget to do lineups. We'll do them quick. So for Carolina, you got Svechnikov, Aho, Jarvis, Hall, Kotkaniemi, Stankoven, Martinook, Stahl, Carrier, Robinson, Jankowski, Blake. On defense, you got Slavin, Burns, Orlov, Nikishin, Gostisbehere, Morrow, and then Kochetkov is in net. Freddie Anderson hasn't been performing as good as he could. So they put in Kochetkov. So hopefully maybe try something new. I like Kochetkov. He's not bad. Lots of injuries, though, for Carolina. So you got Chatfield hurt with a lower body injury. Jesper Fast hurt with the neck injury. And then Walker is out as well. Lots of injuries. Reinhart is out for Florida. Florida Panthers, you got Boquist, Barkov, Rodriguez. Kachuk, Bennett, Verhaeghe, your second line. Marchand, Lundell, Luosterainen, your third line. Gadjevich, Nozek, Greer, your fourth line. Ekblad, Forsling on defense. Jones, Mikala, Kulikov, and Nate Schmidt, University of Minnesota. Love it. And then Sergei Bobrovsky between the pipes for Florida. It's been interesting, Sergei Bobrovsky. I feel like he kind of was forgotten about, and then he went to Florida, and it's kind of like been the resurgence of Sergei Bobrovsky. He's been lights out for Florida, especially in the playoffs. Really, really good technical goaltender, Bobrovsky. He's always fun to watch if you're a goaltending nerd like myself. Shot there gets blocked by Ekblad. I don't like this. Let's change this. The bubble. And then let's pick. This is very niche to me, just changing the color of your comments so it matches. Let's go with blue. TV timeout here. I also got to write a tweet. We also got to write a tweet. There we go. That looks better, doesn't it, Kevin? If the Canes don't win today, it is statistically over. Well, I don't know, Kevin. It's been done before. I feel like a team has won being down 3-0 in a series. I know the LA Canes did it when they won the Stanley Cup. I think only 3 or 4 teams have done it, but it's still possible. They're mathematically still alive. There you go. RJ says, hit those likes and subscribe. Definitely. Let's go Panthers, baby, says Jared. My score prediction. Let me get this in before it's too late. I think Carolina's banged up. They are historically pretty poor on the road in the playoffs. So I think I'm going to go with Florida. The last game was kind of a blowout, so I think it'll be tighter. How about let's go for a 4-2 Florida win. 4-2 Florida. I like that. RJ Sunday, ROC Rochester versus Laval in the AHL. There you go. Daniel says, hey everyone, happy Saturday. Yes, happy Saturday. Jared says, hey, it's my boy Grant. Yes, what is up, Jared? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. I did a live stream on, I think it was Monday night. I just decided to play some NHL, and Jared showed up, so I appreciate that. That was fun. Let's plan on Monday again, because I don't have anything going on. Actually, I might have something going on, because if the Minnesota team wins today, I kind of want to watch that game Monday night. I might go to it. I saw tickets for it really cheap. That'd be fun to go to see them win it. Because last year, I was at the game where I thought they won it, but the play was like, there was goalie interference. So they scored in overtime. The Minnesota team thought they won. And then they did a review, and it was goalie interference. And they had to, pick up their helmets because they all tossed their helmets in the air and sticks and everything because they thought they won. And Boston won it like a minute later. So that was crazy. I was working at that game, by the way. I was working it. But it'd be fun to go as a fan on Monday. So maybe not Monday, but for sure like Tuesday or Wednesday, I could probably play some NHL at night. So yeah, that's kind of what I do on the side just for fun. Play some shell game. Oh, Kochekov. That's a cheeky little play there by Kochekov. So Evan Rodriguez was crashing the net, and Kochekov stuck his leg out and tripped him. But before that, he had a great save. Was sprawling in his crease and made a couple saves. Yeah, what a cheeky play by Kochekov. That's crazy. Sean says, what does Sean say? You should stream on assists so I can match the game time. Yes, I've gotten many of emails from Sean about that. One thing you can do that's pretty easy to do is I can either tell you the clock, what's going on, and then you can just pause your TV and then sync it up that way. That's an easy way. That's what I do if I'm watching someone else do a watch along. Shout out to Mark Olbridge, big fan of Mark. Whenever I watch Manchester United, I always tune into Mark. Highly recommend. He's the whole reason why I got into doing this. So thank you, Mark. Jared says, I would say 3-2 Panthers. Very nice. Panthers on the power play, by the way. But yeah, I think Florida's going to do it. I think they will. Carolina hasn't done anything in this period at all. We're already halfway through. Offsides here. So the PWHL game, by the way, we're going into double OT. Donald says, what is up, sir? Didn't know you'd be the host of the live stream between the Hurricanes and Panthers. You betcha. I'd say like, if it's a Saturday and there's a stream on here, I'm probably going to be on it. That's mainly when I like to live stream on the weekends. During the week, I have time, but I've school and other projects I'm working on, so weekends work best. This weekend is busy. As I mentioned, I'm in that hockey tournament, and I played 2 games earlier today, so energy levels are pretty low, so I'm going to do my best on the stream to be energetic, but I mean, let's be honest, folks. If you know me, I'm not very energetic to begin with, so I'm going to try and keep up the energy so I don't fall asleep. Here's Jones. Good block by Jarvis. Good keep in by Jones. He's been a good pickup for Florida from Chicago. Oh, Kachuk. Good save by Kochekov. Slavin sends it down. Donnell, is that a Canucks made in Canada away jersey? Because I can see that the dimples are deeper. That's what she said. And I remember that you said you had that jersey. Yes, this is. So it's the goalie cut jersey, Donnell. Let me give you a better look at it. It is the goalie cut. Very nice. I know, because my plan when I got this was to wear it when I play in real life for like my pickup games. But I got it, and I'm like, this thing is so freaking nice. I think it's too nice to wear out for my pickup games. So I thought, oh, I guess I'll just keep it then for fun if I ever do a live stream. So yeah, that's the story behind this. But it fits super nice. Like, I love it. I like how baggy it is. The stitching is obviously like top notch. It was only like $150 off the Canucks team store. It's incredible. I was actually on their website earlier today, and I found they're selling the home version, so it's in blue, in a goalie cut for $150 too. So I'm like, do I get it? Don't I get it? Should I get it? I'll let the community ponder on that. Should I get the dark version of this? Because I do love it. I do love it. I already have the Fanatics Authentic Pro, though, but it's not in a goalie cut. The goalie cut jerseys are where it's at. I do love them quite a bit. Okay, I don't know what's happened. I just lost sound for the game here, so I have no idea what's going on. That is bizarre. I don't know if it's a TNT issue. There's no sound. I wonder if I could refresh the page. Still no sounds. Okay. I'm connected. Oh, here we go. There we go. My Mac connected to another pair of headphones. No, I can fix that. I don't know why I did that. There we go. I swear Apple makes their technology like too smart. It's too ridiculous. Like, it connected to the headphones that I have plugged in automatically for whatever reason. Yeah, that's a good catch, Donnell. I'm surprised you're able to see that through a live stream. That's crazy. And I thought I'd match it. I know the Canucks aren't playing today, but I don't have a jersey for either of the teams. This was in my closet. I thought it's nice. Why not wear it? Matched it. Blue, green lights here with me. Is it too much green? I think it's fine. There's blue in the middle. You can kind of see it. So we'll do that. I like that. The dimples are deeper. That's probably a category on an adult website. Deep dimples. That's probably someone's stage name, Deep Dimples. They call me Deep Dimples. Everyone thinks the Hurricanes are frauds. They had an easy 2 rounds. Meanwhile, Florida in the East Finals are getting embarrassed. Very true. Who did Carolina play in the first round? I am having a tough time remembering. New Jersey. So they played Jersey, who basically slumped in the postseason. So that's an easy win. The Capitals, I mean, they're a good team, but they took care of them pretty easily. But yeah, I think the Eastern Conference this year was it was top heavy. So you had, I think, even though Washington was so good this year, I just didn't think they would do anything in the playoffs. I don't think that's a playoff team built for the playoffs. Like, to me, it was like Florida and then maybe Carolina for me were like my 2 favorites. And it's clear that the gap between Florida and Carolina is massive. That's what she said again. All these jokes we're making tonight. But yeah, it should be Florida out of the East, and then out of the West. I mean, who knows? Edmonton and Dallas. That is a tight series. I think that'll go 6 or 7. I personally would like to see Dallas go because I'm a huge Jake Ottinger fan. But I wouldn't mind a rematch. Either way, it's going to be a good finals. I think it'll be great. Florida and then Edmonton or Dallas. It'll be really good. Florida, Dallas would be crazy because, I mean, that's 2 like Southern hockey teams, 2 states from the South. So that'd be fun. Get on your horse, wear your hat, and you can be a cowboy because it's like it's a cowboy final, basically. That was a stupid joke. What are your thoughts on the new Islanders GM, Matthew Darche? I actually... Oh, what a lucky bounce that is. What a lucky bounce that is. And the Panthers pounce first. I was going to say strike first, but that's Tampa. They pounce first on the surge on Carolina, and it's 1-0. Very jammy goal. Get the toast. Get the toast ready, Donnell. Look at this on the replay. That doinked off 2 pairs of skates. That's crazy. Orlov. It hit both of his skates and his shin pad, Orlov, and it goes in. And that's kind of a microcosm of Carolina in this series, I feel like, this goal. But not the start you want for Carolina. They've been smothered all period long. They haven't really challenged Sergei at all in net. So shots are 5-4. But yeah, tough break for the Hurricanes. The Panthers pounce first. Do we have the goal horn for Florida? I know we had it for Winnipeg. No, we don't. Do we have the goal horn for any team left in the playoffs? Anaheim, Boston, Calgary, Colorado, New Jersey, Rangers, Flyers, Toronto, Seattle, Winnipeg, Vegas. No. They're all gone. We can play this. Will this play? Yeah, you probably could hear it at home. There's that goal horn. We have was this a reggae horn? There's that. Very interesting. Yeah, tough break for Carolina. But back in your question, Donnell, Matthew Darche, I like the move quite a bit. Of all of the general managers that were available, I'll touch on this later. The Minnesota team just won, by the way, in overtime. Very nice. So they could clinch on Monday night. I might have to go to that in person. I might have to get a Ticketmaster and buy tickets right now. That's awesome. Okay. Back on topic, Matthew Darche. I like the move. Of the people that were available, you had to go with someone who was younger. In my opinion, someone who looks ahead to the future and wants to build something versus an older GM or someone who had that Lou Lamoriello mentality of you want to like win now. Or was that a replay? I think that actually I got tricked by the TSN crew here because I thought they won it, but I guess that was a replay of last year. So it's still in the overtime intermission. I thought they won it. So they haven't won it yet. I take that back. You can blame TSN for that nonsense. But I love it. I think he'll be a good GM. Hasn't been a GM yet. I like that, taking a shot on someone younger. It's fantastic. I'm just glad Lou's gone, and we can kind of close the book of the Islanders circa 2009 to 2024. We can kind of close that chapter of the Islanders and open a new one, which I am very excited for. First overall pick this summer. Can't wait. Hopefully we get Matthew Schaefer. That'd be amazing. And who knows with the free agents if we'll make a splash. I've heard Isaac Howard, he's not going to go to Tampa. Maybe Islanders pick up Isaac Howard, friend of Darsh, maybe. Who knows? Maybe they've spoken. You never know. Mitch Marner is a name that's been thrown around. I don't think he'd go to the Islanders. I think he's going to go. I think he's likely to stay. I think there's like maybe a 10% chance he moves. Tavares, I could see them moving Tavares to another team. Personally, as an Islanders fan, I actually would like to see Tavares again. I know that'll upset a lot of people. But if you got Tavares for cheaper, I guess he's obviously still going to cost money. But if you played him on your like second or third line center, I mean, I'd take that. Why not? Got nothing to lose really for the Islanders. But that would never happen. Let's be honest. That would never happen. But yeah, it should be a fun summer, which I've never said those words before in my life as an Islanders fan. It should be a fun summer. And the Canucks too. I think the Canucks will be interesting to see what they do. Brock Besser could be on the move. Patterson could be on the move. Demko, I've heard his name thrown around quite a bit. I hope they don't do that because I love Thatcher. I hope they don't move him. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, Donnell, about Matthew Darsh. I quite fancy it. It's good. TV timeout, 4:34 to go. Jared said the Bruins did in 2011. Oh, that's right. They were down 3-0. That's right. That's one of the years for me where that's how I got into the Canucks. Was I went to Vancouver the previous year and I loved it there. And then I watched them during their run. And that's kind of how I became a fan because I was like 9 or 10 years old during that playoff run. I was like in middle school. Yeah, that is sad. Very sad. And then everyone rioted in Vancouver, which I don't get. I never understood the riot. Why would you riot in that beautiful city? Hershey Bears got eliminated by the Charlotte Checkers. Does anybody know how the Abbotsford Canucks are doing? I know they made it to the second round. I guess I could look up how they're doing. They're the only minor league hockey team that I like that's still in the playoffs. Abbotsford. They lost game 4. The game 5 upcoming. Oh, wow. Game 5 will take place Monday at 2:05 p.m. Pacific. Why is it a day game? Memorial Day? Yeah, so they're playing the Colorado Eagles. I don't know what the series is at. A division final elimination game. Is it best of 7? It must be. So they've only won one game, it sounds like. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I have the Flow Hockey TV thing, so I could totally watch that. Yeah, let me know, guys, about the minor league playoffs. I don't know much. I really should start watching more of it. It's good hockey. You don't have to deal with the ads, the gambling ads. You don't have to deal with the digital ad boards. No digital ads anywhere on the ice or the glass. Hockey as it's meant to be, in my opinion. No digital board ads. Donnell, hey Grant, just to let you know, tomorrow is the season finale of season 2 of The Last of Us on HBO tomorrow. I still haven't watched it. I still have not watched that show. It's on my queue. I'm taking a vacation or like a little trip this upcoming weekend. And maybe on my flight I can start watching that. Download some episodes. What a hit that was on Mikkola. Orlov just crunched Mikkola behind the net. 3:17 to go in the first. Liam says, hi, what's up, Liam? I have some exciting news. What is it, Liam? Let me know. MCS says, I'm cheering for Carolina, but I don't think they're going to win the series. I'm indifferent, honestly. I mean, Carolina, I don't really care. Florida, I don't really care. I like Bobrovsky. I like Nate Schmidt. So I guess that's the two reasons why I'd go for Florida. But there's really no one in Carolina that I hate or like, really. I'm just indifferent. I respect them quite a bit because they're a really good team. They've just ran into a little, I don't want to call it a dynasty, but like a really, really good playoff team here. Not sure what happened here. I think Luosterainen ran into a Carolina player, Blake. He's in the fetal position on the ice. I think he got smacked into the glass. Yeah, he's bleeding from his forehead there. Oh, yeah. That's a tough hit. Because Blake, he was trying to stop it, and Luosterainen just finished his check and just drived his head into the glass. Oh, it was in the dasher, not the glass. That's brutal. So they called it 5 minutes, so they're going to review it. I think it'll be a 2-minute boarding, is my opinion. I don't think it'll be a 5. Maple Leafs choked Game 7. Cursed franchise. They're the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. Yeah, that's what Stephen A. Smith said on ESPN. They're the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. Which I don't really get that reference because I don't watch football, so... But I can understand. I guess Dallas doesn't perform well in the postseason. Yeah, I don't know, folks. Is this a major penalty to you? Wow, they called it a 5-minute. I thought that should be a 2-minute boarding. That's crazy. So massive moment in the game and in the series for Carolina. On a 5-minute power play, you can just keep scoring. You don't have to... It's not like once you score, the power play ends. You keep scoring until the 5 minutes are done. So huge moment for Carolina. They got to pot a couple goals here, or at least one in these 5 minutes. It'll extend into the second, and there's only 3 minutes left in this one. In this period. MCS says, I really hope they don't trade Demko. Yeah, I would probably sob in my room if they trade Demko. That would be devastating. Who's going to be their goalie? Are they going to do Lankinen and Seelovs? Like, who are you going to put? What'd be crazy? What if Winnipeg, since Winnipeg people don't like Connor Hellebuck in the postseason, What if they did a goalie swap? So you put Thatcher Demko in Winnipeg and you put Hellebuyck in Vancouver. What do you think about that? Because Demko is proven in the playoffs that he can win. Hellebuyck struggles in the playoffs. Be good for the Canucks, I think. I don't know. I think both goalies should stay with their respective teams. I'm not advocating for that, but that'd be interesting. Matthew Darche has got to clean the Islanders' mess that Lamoriello left. He does. It's a big mess. He basically has to. It's like if Matthew Darche arrived at a paint factory, and the paint factory exploded, and Lou Lamoriello basically handed him the keys to the paint factory and said, "Good luck." That's kind of what happened. Lots to clean up, but it can be done. The first overall pick helps expedite that dramatically. Adding Matthew Shaffer to your team prospect pool is massive. And the Cal Ritchie trade by Lou, I have to thank him for that. That's one of the few good things he did. But that trade was never going to happen if Brock refused an offer that Lou gave him. So if it wasn't for Brock Nelson, we wouldn't have gotten Kyle Ritchie. So thank you, Brock Nelson, for saying no to Lamoriello. Second OT underway in Minnesota, Ottawa and Minnesota, if you're interested in PWHL. Speaking of that, maybe during the intermission, I got to see how much tickets are because I would love to go to that game on Monday. I can just look at my phone after. That's okay. Last minute of play here in the first. Carolina hasn't done anything. Nunca on this power play. Connor says, Abby are 2-2 with Colorado Eagles, and Game 5 is winner take all. It's a best of 5, first to 3 games. Interesting. Okay. Is the Calder final 7 games, or is that 5? Seems kind of bizarre. Okay, so I will definitely have to watch that game on Monday then. Definitely have to watch it. A day game. When's the last time you watched a day game on a weekday? That just feels weird. Liam says, I have a girlfriend. There you go, Liam. I think you're like in middle school, right? So it took me, I had a girlfriend 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago now. So it took me until college for me to get my first girlfriend. So congratulations to Liam. Very, very nice. You've been dating almost 3 weeks. Enjoy it, Liam. Enjoy it. You're in the honeymoon phase where everything's perfect. Enjoy it, my friends. Hopefully it doesn't come crashing down. But yeah, it's fun. It is lots of fun when you meet someone new, for sure. Glad you're doing well. You're a junior in high school. Okay, well, there now. I thought you were younger. My apologies. Junior in high school. Still good. That's still better than me. Still better than me by many years. That's it for the first period here. It is 1-0 Florida. End of the first period. I don't know. Does anybody on the stream here ever care about the stats? Just honest question. Does anybody here care about the stats? 7 shots apiece. Block shots. I don't know if you're interested. Takeaways, giveaways, empty net goals. Shockingly, both teams have no empty net goals. See if that changes. 3 weeks. I want to say Carolina are gold or going, but at this rate, they become the San Jose Sharks of the East. I guess because I remember San Jose, they would always make it to conference finals and then blow it. So I see what you're saying. What compares the Leafs and Cowboys is that they have a wealth of resources, which should be enough to have them compete in finals, but they keep failing to reach them. Kind of like Manchester United. They're the Manchester United of the NHL. well-known brand, but they haven't won anything. Or like the Yankees. The Yankees haven't won a World Series since like 2009 or something, right? It's like they're totally overrated or fraudulent. Yes. Conference finals and Calgary Cup final are best of 7. There you go. Let me ask you, do you see the Stars, get rid of this, or Oilers beating the Panthers? I've been saying since the playoffs started that Florida's going to repeat. I think they'll repeat as champions. To some degree, yes. Okay. Thank you, Connor. Right, with that, let's take a little break. We'll be back for the start of the second period in about 10 minutes or so. But if you are new, feel free to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Follow us on our socials. At hockeypodnet is the Insta and Twitter. Thank you to the sponsor of DraftKings and Game Time. Use the promo code THPN for both. And you're about to watch an advertisement from Game Time here. So enjoy. We'll be back for the start of the second.
Whether you're looking for courtside or upper deck, opening day or opening night, comedy or concerts. With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time.
All right. Hello, everybody. We're back for the start of the second period. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight and for watching this game with me. I'm very grateful. We're very grateful on the channel. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Puck is down here for the second. Let's get the stats up. Very nice. Everyone today on the channel has said Florida. So if there's a Carolina person who thinks they have a shot of winning this game, let me know. They are on a power play for 1:50. It's that 5-minute major that Luosterainen took. So he is gone and done from the game. Early shower. That's got to suck. I've only been kicked out of a game once, but it was like in the third period. It was a second or third period. But imagine all the preparation you do and all the pregame stuff to play like 5 minutes of game time, and that's it. And that's your day. Imagine only playing like 5 minutes, but getting paid millions of dollars for that. Just think of that. What a nice life that is. It'd be funny, honestly, wouldn't it be funny if hockey players were hourly workers? The more minutes you play, the more money you make. I think that'd be very interesting. That'd actually be quite funny. Here's Marchand. What a pass. Oh, Lindell trying to not be selfish. He should have just shot the damn puck. What's he doing? You're on a PK. Clear shot on Kochetkov, and he decides to pass it. That's what you do in beer league. This is the Stanley Cup playoffs. Oh my gosh. Kulikov was there driving to the net. Boquist's pass gets deflected by Carolina. Terrible power play for the Hurricanes. This is horrendous. Puck goes out of play, 18:36 to go. Update on the PWHL Game 3 game. End of double overtime, so they're heading for triple overtime. Unreal. Crazy scenes. I think did that happen last year? I feel like game 4 of that series happened last year. Or for the Minnesota team. I feel like it was in triple overtime. But that was a long night. I was working that night at the arena, so that was a long night for me. Connor says, I want anyone but those stupid Oilers to win. Yeah, I honestly, the teams that are left, I don't care about any of them. I have no hatred towards Edmonton other than the fact that they've gotten first overall picks or high draft picks lots of years in a row. But other than that, I don't really care. Florida, again, I don't hate them. Dallas, I don't hate them. There's just a couple players on Dallas and Florida that I like. Other than that, I don't really care. I just want some good hockey. I'm tired of these freaking blowouts in series. Like, that's just not fun. Like the Colorado Dallas series. I want that. That's playoff hockey. This is men's versus boys. So Kotkaniemi is going to go to the box for Carolina for cross-checking on Seth Jones. You certainly can't do that. So it'll be 4-on-4 for 8 seconds. MCS, I don't care who it is as long as it's not the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, I guess if you're a diehard Canucks fan and you're from Vancouver, I guess that makes sense. Tell me, MCS, because I don't know if you're from Vancouver or you're just a Canucks fan like myself. The Canucks Kraken, whenever they play, is that like a big rivalry game or is it just like, eh? Because for obviously in soccer, in Major League Soccer, that's a big deal. The whole Cascadia Cup, Portland, Seattle, Vancouver. But like for hockey, I just feel like it's not there yet. Like I watched Seattle and Vancouver play, and I'm not like, oh, it's so chippy out there, you know, like the Rangers, Islanders, or what's another one? Lightning, Florida. Oh! Clear shot for Jones. I think Bobrovsky made the save. Rodriguez sends it down. Kachuk. I haven't noticed Kachuk that much this game. Good glove by Kochetkov. Oh my gosh, I'm on Ticketmaster right now. The Wiggles. You can buy tickets to see the Wiggles. Oh, speaking of Seattle, if you're in the Seattle area on June 3rd, the Wiggles are coming to you at the Paramount Theater, 6 p.m. It's the Bouncing Balls Tour. Nice to name. The Bouncing Balls Tour. I would love to see that, but that'd be weird though. 'Cause if you're a adult male and you go to a kids show by yourself, that's just weird. That is hilarious though. I'll love maybe there'll be footage on YouTube or something I can find. I remember watching the Wiggles all the time as a kid. I'm trying to remember, was that Disney Channel? I think it was Disney. Another good save by Kochetkov. That's going to do it for the power play for Florida. We are still at 1-0. And they come into me. They're going to Illinois, but not me. Man, all summer. Look at this. They're going to Vancouver on June 1st. I wouldn't mind that. Hamilton, Ontario as well. I was looking for PWHL tickets. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. New York. I think that's on Broadway. MCS says, for me, it's not really a big rivalry game, but I am from Ontario, so I don't know any other Canucks fans, so it might be a big ride. Yeah, from watching the games, I don't think it is yet. I will say the Toronto Canucks games, those are feisty. Like, those are fun to watch. I think Toronto fans don't perceive that game as a rivalry game, but I think Canucks fans perceive that game as a big one on the calendar. Canucks in Toronto. I think that's a big one for Canucks fans. Always good games too. Always good ones. Did you hear that Seattle and Vancouver are coming to the PWHL next season? Yes, I did, MCS. I'm so excited for it. I'm definitely going to be Team Vancouver and Team Minnesota. I do love the Minnesota team, but for sure, PWHL Vancouver, they're going to be my team. I think they'll be my first team, and the Minnesota team will be second. I just love Vancouver so much. Sue me. And then Seattle will be my third favorite in the PWHL because I do love Seattle as well. Big Sounders fan and big Mariners fan. Love those teams. Donnell, let me ask, do you see the Stars or Oilers beating the Panthers? Repeat. It's going to be a repeat. I don't see either team beating Florida. The only way it'd be if McDavid just did McDavid things again and carried the Oilers past Florida, or if it's Dallas, if Jake Ottinger just was lights out. I think this Florida team they're built to win, and they look too good. Bobrovsky got bumped by his own player. There's Martinuk, sends it down low. Stall. Shot saved by Bobrovsky. Extended shift here for Carolina. The D for Florida are tired. They flip it out. Here's Kachuk. Between the legs. Saved by Kachukov. Great play. Taylor Hall send it in for Carolina. That was a good shift they had. Bobrovsky's going to cover it. 12:40 to go. Still 1-0 Panthers. Oh, there goes my cap. I got to get a bigger desk. There's not enough room to fit my water bottle. Where did it go? Oh no, it vanished. Where did you go? Oh well, I guess I'll find it. I found a fake mustache. Of all the things, I forgot I had this. It's a fake mustache. If you're an OG to my YouTube channel, I think it was 2 summers ago, we were playing like FIFA 23, and I did a franchise mode of or career mode of AFC Richmond, and so I dressed up as Ted Lasso, and this is my Ted Lasso mustache. I don't think it's not sticky anymore. But yeah, there we go. I think it suits me, the mustache. I don't think I'd look bad with it. I think it'd look fine. Oh yeah, what a random thing to find in my room. Where did the cap go? Probably need my phone flashlight to find it. It's so dark in here. This is great TV, isn't it? Me trying to find my water bottle cap. Oh. I genuinely don't know where that went. No, not there. That's crazy. It literally just fell and like vanished. Who knows where that went? I gotta get eye level. We gotta get eye level. Here I am. What on earth? Oh, I found it. Oh my gosh. Literally it was behind my like tower of cabinets here. What a joke. That's crazy. How did it end up back there? Well, I'm sure that was good TV for everyone. Man tries to find his water bottle cap for like 5 minutes. I'll have to clean this later. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that ended up in the weirdest spot ever. I don't know how it did that. Anywho, we're still 1-0 here in Florida. The shots are 11-9. I almost read them in reverse order, and that would have been bad. But now it's 10-11, so there we go. Fixes that problem. Oh, Ekblad. Could have been a Neen penalty. Referee says no. Here's Barkov. Oh, Forsling shoots it just wide. Okay, I was looking for PWHL tickets. Minnesota Frost. Monday. Here's Stankoven. Still with it. Shot tipped wide. Oh, $58. That's not bad. For a championship game, that's crazy. Not bad. Hopefully they win. If they win, if the Frost win tonight, I'm definitely going Monday. That'd be fun. Stall! What a stop by Bobrovsky. Wow. Backdoor play for Stankoven. He robs him with the blocker. That's unreal. Great save by Sergei. Here's Stankoven again. Shot, save, behind the net. That shot by Orlov goes wide. This is better from Carolina. Ref says play it. Marchand can't get it out. And Bennett will finally. Quick change for Florida because here comes Carolina again. And big hit by Jones on Robinson. Oh, Kachuk. Shot. Save by Kochetkov. And then Kachuk is saying hello to 4 Carolina players in the crease. But yeah, good job by both goalies. This could be 1-1 or 2-0. Good job. Look at this by Bobrovsky. Beautiful. Beautiful tracking by Sergei. Okay, puck is down for triple overtime in the Minnesota game. So keep an eye on that. I'm looking at Frost tickets for Monday's game. 4 o'clock, which is like, why? Have that be a night game. Why is it at 4? Maybe they're preparing for the multiple overtimes that might transpire. $60 is not bad. That'd be worth going to. I wonder if it's on Game Time. We could use the promo code THPN. I gotta sneeze quick. Dust. It was the dust. It's me trying to find my bottle cap. Let's see if Game Time sells PWHL tickets. No. Minnesota Frost. Yes, they do. Way more expensive though. Way more expensive. That's crazy. It's like $80 on Game Time. Maybe that's why Game Time gives you the discounts, because they upcharge it so much. So they'll say, oh yeah, it's, you can use our discount for $20 off, but it's like the same price as regular on Ticketmaster. Carmine, I think I said it right. Carmine Franco says, hi, what's up? I'm going to call you Franco since it's all caps. And I'm a huge fan of James Franco and his brother, Dave. Love their movies. I think my favorite James Franco movie is, I have a couple. I'd say Pineapple Express, The Disaster Artist, and the what is it? The interview, the one with Kim Jong-il in it. I thought that was really funny. Yeah, I'm not sure what James Franco is up to nowadays. He kind of got exiled during the Me Too stuff, so I don't know what he's doing now. He's 47. He's still pretty young. Here's Carolina. Good stick by Sergey. Apparently James Franco was at the Met Gala. Or no, he was at the Cannes Film Festival with his 29-year-old girlfriend. There you go. Good job, James. I feel bad for James. I do feel bad. He kind of just got canceled with his actions that he did. I'm not trying to say what he did wasn't wrong. It is, but it's unfortunate. I feel like in our culture nowadays, it's like so strict on like, oh, if you do something bad, then everything that you did before is bad. And if you watch any of his movies, you're also bad. You know, it's like people aren't perfect. People make mistakes. He's still, you know, a good person. Like, it's bad. You know, he did his time. You know, he was canceled. He did his time. I think people should just kind of get over it. Say bye, Kochetkov here. 7-11 to go. I've been inside one 7-Eleven in Chicago. I think that's about it. Random thoughts that come in my head. 7-Eleven. Oh yeah, I've only been in one 7-Eleven in my life, and it was so super dingy. I don't know why, because I was walking. It wasn't Michigan. It was like the street. I forgot the street name, but I was walking down, and some homeless guy came up to me. He was like annoying the shit out of me. And he was like, "Can you buy me a pack of cigarettes?" And he just wouldn't stop bothering me. And so instead of like, in hindsight, because I was 19? In hindsight, like being 20, I'm 25 now, I would have told him to like F off and I would have called the cops, of course. But being 19, I just was like, fine, I'll pay like $20 just so this guy can leave me alone. And so I went in the 7-Eleven and bought cigarettes and gave it to him. That was my one adventure in a 7-Eleven in Chicago. The Zebras are talking in a huddle with 6:42 to go. Is it delay of game? Yeah, 42 Florida, delay of game. Very emphatic. He went like this. This delay of game signal. Oh, yeah, good catch by Wes McCauley. Very good catch. So once again, Carolina gifted a chance to tie the game up here. Let's see if they take it. They didn't take the 5-minute major. And if they end up losing this game, look back to the 5-minute major when it was still 1-0 as the reason why they lost and probably lost the series. We can't go 4 overtimes, right? That just cannot happen. If this Minnesota game goes into 4 overtimes, that's crazy. I think, though, obviously the longest game that I've watched, that I think all of us have watched, is the Tampa-Columbus game in the bubble. I think that was 5 overtimes. The longest Islanders game, or I guess like Canucks game that I can remember was double. I don't remember watching the Islanders ever in triple overtime. In my playing career in high school, our first playoff game my senior year went to triple overtime and we won, it was crazy. That was a long game. That was a long night. Good save by Sergei here. 5:35 to go. 53 seconds left on the Carolina power play. What's shocking to me is in this PWHL game, it's the third overtime, 13 minutes left in that third OT. The shots are 33 to 44, which you feel like it'd be way more than that for 6 periods of hockey. Like, that's crazy that Ottawa, through 6 periods, only has 33 shots. Like, 33 shots is like what you would expect in just a normal game, give or take. That is crazy. Kotkaniemi. This Jersey Mike's advertisement's way too big. It covers like a third of the ice. What are we doing? Oh, they score! Stankoven. Big goal for Carolina. Power play goal. It's 1-1. Wow. I tell you what, folks. I'm just hoping this game, I honestly do not care who wins. I'm just hoping we don't go to overtime because I have an early morning tomorrow. So I hope we don't go into multiple overtimes like this one, like this women's game. If we do, I'm in trouble. Does someone win regulation? And I got to commend TNT. Usually TNT games don't start till like 30 minutes after the start time that's posted online. They were with it today. It was like 10 minutes, so I like it. Here's a goal horn for Carolina. We don't have the Carolina goal horn. Let me find it. Here's a goal horn. There you go. 4th goal of the postseason for Stankoven. Is it actually? Kenny Albert says it's the first time in this series that a game has been tied. MCS says, let's go. Very nice. We just don't want overtime, folks. I like a tight game. We just don't want overtime. Because after the stream, I got to eat dinner. I'm going to do some stretching because I had 2 hockey games today, so I'm very sore. I have 2 more hockey games tomorrow. One's in the morning. So I need all the sleep and rest I can get. Ooh, Forest Lane saved by Kochekov. Puck gets sent down, and it's icing. Yeah, let me know if you have any fun Memorial Day weekend plans. I know some people do traveling. I personally have never really traveled on Memorial Day weekend. It's usually the start of like baseball season for me when I was younger. I always would have a practice or 2 this weekend. This year, it's just hockey. Good win. The crowd in Florida, I got to say, is pretty poor. I don't hear Florida fans that much. Here's Evan Rodriguez to the point. Shot gets blocked. No icing, says the ref. Thank you for that. Oh, what a tip by Taylor Hall. Good save by Sergei. 3 minutes left. Why we taking a TV timeout with 3 minutes left? Screw you, Gary Bettman. Don't like that at all. Donnell says, Grant, can I ask who scored for the Hurricanes to tie the game? It was Stankoven. Stankoven. It wasn't a tip shot. It was like he got a pass backdoor and he just beat Sergei. Stankoven from Burns and Kotkaniemi on the power play. So they finally cash in on one of their power play goals. Or power plays. Power play opportunities. Everyone, if you're not tuning into this Minnesota PWHL game, you got to. Doing a bit of a double watch along today. This is crazy. Everyone just looks so tired. It's like at this point, just like they do in baseball, postpone it. We can come back tomorrow and play. That's what I would do. Oh, they score. They done it. The Minnesota team won. They're in triple overtime. There you go. So now if they win Monday, they win the whole shebang on home ice. That's crazy. Well, we got to wait and see if there's any offsides or reviews, but I think it's a good goal. Unbelievable. So they have a chance to go back-to-back in the PWHL on Monday night. Monday afternoon. Ottawa's going to the locker room, so I think it is a good goal. The 10 Ottawa fans are pissed off, but everyone else is happy. Look at that. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's great. If they go back-to-back, that'd be unbelievable. MCS says, yes, Minnesota is currently my favorite until Vancouver joins. I'm in the same boat. Yeah, same boat. Once Vancouver's in, I think I'm all in Vancouver, but oh, that's a tough play. It's a shot that got blocked, and it just bounced right to a Minnesota player with an empty net. Goalie had no chance. I hate those. I hate those goals with a passion as a goalie because you were square to the shot. Your like defenseman like blocked it. It falls somewhere crazy where you're not expecting it, and it's a tap in for the other team. I hate giving up those goals. It's so annoying. But awesome stuff. Well, I guess I should go. We should go. We should definitely go on Monday if I can. I tell you what, either I'm going to go in person or we could do a stream for it. That'd be fun to do. That'd be very fun. I could do a stream on my channel for it. Very cool. But I would love to see that in person. I last year I was at the game where everyone thought they won it, but they didn't, and they had to win it on the road. I forgot who they played last year. I think it was another Canadian team, maybe. Or no, it was Boston. It was Boston. But yeah, that'd be fun to see in person on Monday. It's $58. It's $58 to see it on Monday. It's probably going to go up now. So I would totally go. I don't even know who I would ask to go with, though, if I did win. Because none of the people I know like hockey. One person I know who likes hockey is out of town. Everyone else doesn't care about hockey. I might have to beg someone to go with me. I know you don't give a shit about hockey, but this is a chance to win a championship here. That's crazy. Good stuff for Minnesota. Love it. Kochekhov's going to save it here. 1:54 to go in the second. Let's pray we don't get a triple overtime in this one. I'm going to lose my mind if we do. My hard deadline, people, is if it's like 1 a.m. and this game is still going on, I got to end it. If we go that many overtimes, but I doubt we will. Because I do need to sleep. I like this song. Hello, oh. Just enjoy the party. Yeah, I think you're cute, but really, I need to know. I just came to say hello. That's not a bad song. So you have Hello by Adele, Hello Lionel Richie. I want not that one. I just came. Don't clip me on that. I just came. I just came to say hello. Martin Solveig. Featuring Dragonette. That's a good song. Can change the channel. Are there any other sports on right now? Is there basketball on maybe? I got my TV here. I think there might be basketball. I think one of my friends said the Timberwolves are playing in Minnesota. Oh, yeah, here we go. They're winning 72 to 30 something. The Timberwolves. What a day for Minnesota sports. There you go. 72 to 38, the Wolves. I have a couple friends who work at the Timberwolves, so hopefully they're doing well. Maybe they're watching me while they're working. Shot from the point, tipped, goes wide. Over Hagee. It's loose. And it's a penalty in Carolina. You got taken down. Sorry, penalty for Carolina, power play for the Panthers. Yeah, Aho, that's definitely tripping there. Got the arm on his stomach and just hauled him down. Shucksy doodles. MCS. Carolina takes a penalty with 51 seconds to go. I feel like Florida's going to score here. I don't know why. Good face-off win. Ekblad. Get out of this angle. I hate this angle. Get out of this angle. It's like the behind the net camera. I hate that angle. Terrible shot by Barkov. And Burns will send it down with 20 left. Jones will drop it off. Rodriguez loses it, and Slavin sends it down. 5 seconds left. I almost ate it on my balance board, but we're good. That'll do it for the second. Florida didn't do anything in terms of goal scoring. They had a couple good chances. I gotta say, a decent period by Carolina. That one extended shift they had was really good. Stankoven got the goal for Carolina to make it 1-1. First time it's been tied in the series, like a game at least ever in the series. So there you go. I want to see a replay of this other goal. Yeah, it was a rebound. Yeah, so both goals were pretty jammy. That's the playoffs, though. Get your toast. It's the playoffs. Every goal is going to be jammy. But yeah, let's take another break here. If you are new, make sure you subscribe and tell your friends and family about the channel and what we do here. Would love to get lots of people in. That's okay though. I'm sure there's plenty of other things to do on a Saturday than do this, but that's okay. Follow us on our socials at hockeypodnet is the Insta and Twitter. Check me out on Twitter at Grant Hakeem is my Twitter handle. The sponsors, Game Time and DraftKings. Use the promo code THPN. Game Time, $20 off your first order. I was just on Game Time though, and ticket prices are very expensive, so I don't know if that's true or not, but you have a discount anyways to lower it back down. And then if you want to make a donation, help support the channel, I believe you can do that through a super chat. Love super chats because they're super. I think we'll take a break here. It's a good stopping point. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the start of the third. Enjoy the advertisements, get some snacks, do what you got to do. I'm probably just going to walk around the house doing nothing. So yeah, we'll be back for the start of the third, everybody.
Whether you're looking for courtside or upper deck, opening day or opening night, comedy or concerts. With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hockey Podcast Network. Sorry about the extended delay. My lovely mother was watching. I can't stand Say Yes to the Dress, and I got sidetracked watching that with her. You know what happens? You talk to your parents, and then you just keep talking, and you just lose track of time. Apologies for that. We're back for the third anyway. You didn't miss a thing, so don't worry about it. Sound of a Canadian there. Don't worry about it. Oh, Florida did score. Oh, we did miss something. Who scored for Florida? I love it. I love that. Boquist, a minute 29 into the period. Love that. Thank you, Boquist. Good stuff there. 16:30 to go in this one. What happened here? Tip shot, and then Kachuk gets cross-checked from behind. Oh, is it a goal? It's no goal. That's no goal. And I washed my cap that was on the ground, so there you go. The video of Logan Stankoven's goal is broken on the NHL website. It got fixed. That's good. NHL website is garbage. The app is the most atrocious thing ever invented, ever created by man, in my opinion. The NHL app is disgusting. Like, it was so perfect when I was in high school, like 10 years ago. Like, when I was a freshman in high school, I remember I bought NHL Game Center for the first time when I was in 9th grade. It was like $150, and you could go on the NHL app. You know, I could be at school, or if I did something after school, or like band class or whatever. I pull up my phone, go to the NHL app, and then pick a game and watch it right on the app. That was so nice. Now it's so hard to watch games. Like tonight's game, for example, it's not like you can tune in on the NHL app or on ESPN. You have to get Max or HBO Max, or you have to get what's it called? YouTube TV or a streaming service. So very stupid in my opinion. Shame on Gary Bettman for making hockey hard to watch. But as I mentioned earlier, I believe if Florida wins this game, the series is done. It's over. They might win Game 4, Carolina, but it's done in 5. 1,000% done in 5. Plays dead. 15:31 to go. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in on this lovely Saturday night. I was looking for like MLB games that are going on. There's really not much. There's the Phillies and Athletics. See, at least Major League Baseball has it right because I have MLB TV and I can watch any game I want on the app. They haven't done anything stupid. You got Phillies and Athletics, and then Marlins and Angels. I think the Marlins suck. Yeah, they're 19 and 30. The Phillies are good, 38 and 18. I like watching the Athletics. Let's put this on. They're already losing 2-0. I don't mind the Athletics. I feel bad that they moved from Oakland. I feel so bad for the fans. Oakland Coliseum was where it was at. I liked games there. I feel like it was one of the last stadiums that had like character to it because a lot of MLB stadiums are pretty modernized. Obviously, you have like Fenway, the Green Monster. You you have a couple stadiums that have like some unique characteristics about it, but nowadays it's kind of all of them for the most part are kind of the same. Same with like NHL rinks. The originality of stuff is slowly going away. Oh boy. Oh, hit the post, Carolina. No stick for Sergei. That shot gets blocked. Another shot gets blocked. Another good shit for Carolina, just like in the second. What a hit. Good hit. Gadjevich gets sent down. He gets ragdolled like a little boy. Gets ragdolled. Here's Kachuk, Bennett. Oh, what a shot by Mikkola. Filthy shot. I think we got the double doink. Double doink off the post and in for Mikkola. 3-1 Florida. The Panthers pounce again in the third. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's the cat noise they play when they score. Yeah, they hit the post on the other end, Carolina. And I believe we got crossbar and far post and in on this shot by Mikkola. They're just too good, Florida. They're too good. That's a filthy shot, too. That's filthy. What's this guy what's Brian Boucher talking about? He says that Kochetkov should have stopped it. What's he on about with that? Like, what? That's a perfectly placed shot. Two posts and in. Like, come on. He was pretty square to the puck. Like, what else do you want the guy to do? That's just, sometimes you just get beat and it's a good shot. You can't be perfect as a goalie. I don't think that's on Kochetkov. Here they come again. Barkov scores. It's over. Game over, man. Game over. Orlov smashes his stick on the post. 4-1 Florida. It was tight heading into the third, and the Panthers have blown it open. Blown the game wide open. Oh, that's the series, everybody. That is the series. I think now we can kind of turn our attention to the Western Conference series. I'll tell you what, Florida, if they end up sweeping Carolina, they got swept in 2019, remember? Carolina did against Boston. The rest, that's massive. The rest that Florida's going to get for the finals against a Dallas and or Edmonton. They're going to get lots of rest. MCS says you got to go to bed. Don't worry about it. Go to bed. I got to go to bed early tomorrow. I have a hockey game at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. hockey game. What the hell is that? So I got to get to bed early. I'm going to have dinner soon, get to bed, rest and recover for that. But thank you for tuning in, MCS. You're a legend. Can we have like runtime, please? That'd be fun if we had runtime in the NHL. Stankoven. Mikkola went hard in the end boards. Hopefully he's okay. Officials blow the play dead. Mikkola ran into the end boards. And he's going to go right down the tunnel, it looks like. Tough. Let's take a look at a replay. just lost his footing and kind of went shoulder first into the boards there. That's never fun. Never want to see that. I forgot I had my window open, everybody. Nice. It's a nice sunset. I think now that the sun's gone, my backdrop of blue-green looks nice. I like it. Very subtle. I like these lights, by the way. I don't know if you can see them. I can move the camera up. They're from Govee. They're like little spotlights. Can you see that? I like them a lot. They add a nice kind of ambiance to the room because I used to have like LED strip lights there. But I think this looks a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. And you can customize them with whatever colors you want. Not bad. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Let me fix this. Oh, that's tilted way low. Is that good? I think that's good. Connor. I think Rod Brind'Amour days as coach are numbered. It's clear his team just doesn't have it. They don't have the battle to get over the line. A new voice will be needed to save Carolina. I think that's fine, and I agree with your assessment, Connor. I think at some point you need a new voice in the locker room. If Rod Brind'Amour is on the market, if I'm Matthew Darche and the New York Islanders, get Patrick Waugh's ass out of the head coaching job. Hire Rod Brind'Amour. Rod Brind'Amour is the next Islander coach. Sign me up with Matthew Darche at the helm. I want to be on that boat. Sign me up. Before they really do become the San Jose Sharks of the East. But it's just bizarre. Like I can't quite figure it out. Like teams that do so well in the regular season, like your Torontos, the Capitals this season, Carolina, of course, they come into the playoffs and exclude those other two teams I talked about. With Carolina, they're a really good playoff team in terms of getting to the conference finals. I think they've stumbled into just really good teams, and they haven't been able to take that next jump. And I just can't quite put my finger on it because they have so much talent on the team. I guess the weakness for Carolina is goaltending. They've never really been able to find like a solid goaltender, like the guy, like Shesterkin is like the guy in New York. Ottinger is the guy in Dallas. Hellebuck is the guy in Winnipeg. They haven't really found that. So maybe that's the reason why they're not doing well in the postseason. They have the offense to do it. They have really good defense. They're banged up right now, but yeah, it's crazy. It's very interesting. Some teams just have success in the postseason. Some teams don't. And it's kind of one of those, another goal. Barkov to Evan Rodriguez, backdoor tip. 5-1. Yikes. Look at that fan. He's loving it. Look at that. The kids are loving it in Florida. He's doing this. I don't know what this is. He's like, I don't know what that is. It's a nice philosophical debate, and honestly, it's a question that I want to throw to the community on this channel because I am kind of confused by it myself. Would you rather have a team that does really well in the regular season, like they're competing for the President's Trophy every year, they're like a top 5 team in the NHL. They might sometimes make a run in the playoffs, maybe to like the second, third round at best, but they never make it to a final? Or would you rather be the team that finishes in like the last wild card spot some years? Some years they do, maybe a couple years they miss, a couple years they make it. Would you rather be like a bubble team like that, but when you do make the playoffs, you have like a deep run? Like what team would you rather be? I think it's a philosophical debate because it all comes down to, do you value the regular season or do you value the postseason more? And in my opinion, like, I do value the postseason more, of course, because that's what wins you championships. But you do have to get in. You have to get into the dance, right, to win a championship. So I do think, and consistently make it in the dance too. You can't just be a bubble team every year. So I think I definitely favor the postseason more, but I do think I'd rather be the team competing for President's trophies every year, because at least you're making it every year, right? And you have a chance to win. This is ridiculous at this point. Marchand has just scored. Oh, this is ugly. This isn't even fun to watch, everybody. This is ugly. It's 6-1 Florida. The Rat himself, Mr. Ratatouille in Florida, has scored. Connor says if their goaltending has been an issue, then their attack should make up for that. I watched them against New Jersey. They were incredible, totally dominated. Well, because New Jersey was terrible this year. I mean, New Jersey was terrible, let's be honest. I mean, I don't want to say this year and the end of this year into the postseason. They were terrible. Injuries. Without Jack Hughes, I don't think that team does anything. So pathetic. I'd rather be disappointed sooner rather than later. Yeah, I mean, because when you think about it, like, I got into a fight with Islander fans on Twitter because some Islander fans were saying that we were more successful in the 7 years that Tavares was with Toronto than the Maple Leafs were, because we made it to the East Finals twice. But I would argue that Toronto is more successful because they were top 3 in their division every year. They won their division, the Atlantic, and they made it to the second round twice. So I think regular season-wise, they did way more than the Islanders. But yes, the Islanders had 2 runs. And the Islanders don't make it consistently. And I'd rather be the Maple Leafs. And you're making it consistently top 3 in your division. I'd rather have that problem and trying to sort out, okay, now how do we take the next step, versus the Islanders who are like, we can't even get into the dance consistently. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that, but you know, at least the Maple Leafs actually won something. Islanders didn't win anything. So that was my only argument. People on Twitter got so triggered by that and so mad at me. It was crazy. And we got fights going on here. 9-10 to go. But I just think the deeper you go in the playoffs and you lose, the worse draft pick you get too. So there you go. Because they have ample time to work on out your mistakes and shortcomings and better draft picks. What a totally embarrassing series for the Hurricanes. That's what now? 15 goals they've given up? Terrible. No way in hell do you even believe that. You would be a Leafs fan over an Islanders fan. Have you seen the absolute toxicity of their fan base? I'm saying I would rather be in the position of the Maple Leafs. Wouldn't you? They're a top 3 in their division. They won their division, right? So they got the regular season down. It's just putting it together in the playoffs versus the New York Islanders, who are glazing over the fact they made the East Finals 4 years ago now. They don't make the playoffs consistently, have no prospect pool in Bridgeport. Bridgeport's atrocious. The worst team in the minor leagues, Bridgeport Islanders, have no prospects. Like, there's nothing there. And I'd rather have the problem of the Maple Leafs than the problem of the Islanders, who they just sign back old veterans and run it back every single year. Obviously, that might change going forward with the new GM and new management and whatever, but I would personally rather have that problem of the Maple Leafs, because at least they're in the playoffs every single year and they have a chance. And I think with some tweaking, slight tweaking, you can get that team over the hump. I don't think you have to blow it up in Toronto by any means. I'm a Canucks fan, and I will be that every day over the Leafs. They're a complete clown show. Well, Connor, I'm not saying like, I'm just saying situational. There goes the cap. I'm just saying situations. Forget about it's the Maple Leafs or the Island. I'm just saying if you had Team A who doesn't make it consistently and is a wild card team every year, and they're just a team that's just like, well, we're in the wild card spot. Let's hope we can put together a run. Or Team B who consistently makes it but just can't get over the hump in the playoffs. I'd rather be Team B. Forget about Islanders and Leafs. Obviously, I don't like the Leafs. I'm a Canucks fan, an Islanders fan, Jets fan. They're my top 3 teams. I just meant situation-based Team A, Team B. I'd rather be Team B with that problem. Not to mention, my Canucks didn't lose to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver. Yeah, that's very true. That's the thing, Grant. The team is too good to miss it, but not good enough to do anything in it. That's like inescapable hell. I see what you're saying, Connor. So you're saying because they make it every year, they don't get like higher draft picks or whatever? I guess. But in the Islanders case, if you're like, because the Islanders aren't like the worst team in the league. They're like in the middle. And I would argue being in the middle and not making the playoffs is bad because you're not drafting that high either. Obviously, they lucked out and won the draft this year, but I think that's worse if you're a mediocre team and don't make the playoffs or are a wild card team. I think that's worse than what Toronto is. That's inescapable hell. I mean, you talk about you're not getting high draft picks. Sometimes you might trade away those draft picks just to get into the postseason at the deadline. I don't know. That's just my thought. I know it's different, but I just would rather be in that situation of you make the playoffs every year. I want to be on a team, that makes the playoffs every year. If I was a GM and could help out, you want to be that team. You make it every year. By the way, Carolina scored. Timmy gets 6-2. We forgot about that. Whatever they make it, they have their Atlantic rivals who rise and fall around them. They've had Boston to be better for decades than the Red Wings. And also at the same time, it's all about like who you play in the playoffs too. I mean, they've ran into Boston how many years in a row? If one of those years they play a different team, is the outcome different? It's all about the games you play and who you play. Just like people on this channel said tonight, Carolina are frauds for making it this far. It's all about who you play and when you play them too. So, yeah. I don't think it's people... Definitely, I think people are blowing the Toronto thing out of proportion. It's bad, of course, but it's not. I don't think it's as bad as it seems. I might be the only one who thinks that, but that's just me. The past 5 seasons, the Bulls were winning cups, and lately Florida has taken over. Look out for Montreal. Yes, they are. There'll be a team to look out for. The Atlantic is just tough. Lots of good teams in the Atlantic. But Montreal is definitely I'd say they're like, I don't know, 5 years away from being like a really good team. Right now, they're a bubble team for me. They're just way too inconsistent right now. Way too inconsistent. Look out for the Blue Jackets, too. I think the Blue Jackets this year punched out of their... What's the saying? They punched out of their weight class. They almost made the postseason. They had a really good run. They have lots of good young prospects, too. Merzlikins, I love their goalie. Elvis Merzlikins, he's good. I think they'll probably rise at the same time as Montreal, maybe, in the Metro. trying to think of anyone else. I mean, who knows what the Rangers are going to do? God knows what they're doing. Hopefully the Islanders start a rebuild. I'm just going through the Metro teams. New Jersey, I think they just need to be healthy and they'll be competitive. The Flyers need to do a rebuild. They're kind of in that right now. I don't know what to do for the Capitals. Because obviously, like Ovechkins, your Carlsons, they're all going to go away at some point. They have good prospects, too. I just don't know if Washington's like in a win now mode or are they trying to look for the future. I don't know what you do. Punched above their weight. Thank you. Punched above their weight class. I think it's a boxing term. Apparently, the Red Wings back in 1945 came back down 3-0. According to Kenny Albert on the broadcast. See, there's that history. 5:41 to go. Sergei covers. Yeah, I want like running time on this game. This game became a big snooze fest. I was in it. I was totally in it. But it's been a snooze fest. Also, by the way, if you're just tuning in and you are a big hockey fan, we kind of did a double watch along earlier for the women's hockey finals. The Minnesota team won in triple overtime tonight, so that means they have a 2-1 lead in the series. It's a best of 5. So if they win Monday on home ice, they win the PWHL back-to-back years, which would be awesome. And then I'm trying to think of any other hockey news. The Team USA earlier today, this morning, they beat Sweden. No, they beat Sweden in the quarters. No, they beat Finland in the quarters, beat Sweden in the semis. So now they're in the gold medal game against Switzerland and have a chance to win gold at the men's worlds for the first time since 1930. So that game is tomorrow in the afternoon in like 2:00 Eastern, I think. Unbelievable. If the U.S. can pull that off, that'd be insane. To have to compare something that happened 80 years ago today. Yeah, apparently that's what Kenny Albert said. I don't know if that's true, but in 1945, the Red Wings came back down 3-0. Yeah, embarrassing. Really embarrassing series for Carolina. In the last game, too, I had a feeling that tonight's game, it's like it's either going to be really good for Carolina, they'll come back and be like, hey, we're not out of this, or it's going to be like this, where it's just like a snooze fest. I feel like going to sleep right now. I honestly could. I am that tired today. I had played 2 hockey games today. I am that tired. Back then, there was just the original 6. True. Very true. Imagine how good the NHL was if there was only 6 teams. Think of how good. Like, it would seriously be the most unreal league you've ever seen in your life. He'd have a 4th line of, like, Austin Matthews on it. Your 4th line would be, like, Sidney Crosby, Austin Matthews. Oh, we got a fight. Svechnikov and Bennett. Pointless exercise. They're saying F you. No, you don't want the smoke, says Sam Bennett. You don't want the smoke, if I can read lips right. Svechnikov, I'm not sure what he's saying. He says back in Russia, you're dead, I think is what Svechnikov said. Two and 10. So both players got 2 and 10s. I think Carolina got an extra penalty for slashing. So I believe it'll be a Florida power play. What's this thing? Show comments on stage. I swear, this software we use is so weird. Chat overlay lets you display live comments directly on your stream. I see. I've seen people on Twitch with that. I don't like that. I think it's too messy. I like just clean looking streams. So yeah, that's fine. The Athletics. I'm watching the Athletics game as well. I tell you what, this freaking Sacramento Athletics game is more exciting than this. It's 2-1 against the Phillies. I'll take watching the Athletics over this. Oh, what a hit on Stahl. They're just getting manhandled all over the ice, the Carolina Hurricanes. Another fight behind the net. Greer is hurt on the Florida bench. Not sure from what. Yeah, what a hit by Greer on Stahl, but I think he hurt himself when he did that. I don't know what the delay is here. I tell you what, I think all the fans in Florida left because I don't hear anything from the crowd. It looks pretty empty too. Like, don't hear anything. Don't hear a thing. Oh, a tip there goes wide. A shot there, but it's broken up. That be icing? Yes, it will. Just wave it off, ref. Just wave off the icing at this point. What are they? Evelyn Wood. What are they talking about? The broadcasters on TNT are so bad. I don't know what they're talking about. They send it down Florida, 2:30 to go. Carolina's on a power play for 10 seconds. They think out of the Eastern Conference, who was the team that was going to challenge Florida? It was probably Toronto. Because there's no team in the Metro that was really going to challenge Florida. That Toronto Game 7 was kind of I think the Eastern Conference. That might as well have been the Eastern Conference final. That Game 7 in Toronto. So in theory, you could say Toronto did make it to an East final. I'm messing. I'm kidding around. But again, Toronto, they ran into a good team. There's Rod Brindamore. Does he dye his hair, Rod Brindamore, to get that white tip in front? He either dyes the black part. He must dye the black part, because I bet you his whole hair is getting gray. Oh, the Athletics, by the way, have tied it 2-2. Very nice. Go Athletics. That'd be fun to see a game there, because it's like at a minor league baseball stadium. It's kind of like the Arizona Coyotes where they played at Mullet Arena. Kind of the same thing. Yeah, everyone's kind of left the stadium now. Final minute to go in this one. Thank goodness. Teams 3-0 series lead in a best of 7. 208-4 is the record. 98.1% winning percentage. It's 4 times. It's happened 4 times in history, coming down 3-0 in a series. Ooh, that shot goes wide for Carolina. There's a rat on the ice. These fans are stupid. Why would they throw a rat during the gameplay? There we go. You can hear it on the crowd. I'll let you hear it at home. There you go. That is the end of the game. End of the stream. 3 stars tonight. Man, who are we going to pick for the stars of this one? Who had the most points? This thing probably won't tell me, will it? Probably not. I'm trying to see if it will. Oh, well, I'll just make it up on myself. Let's go. I'm going to go Stankoven. I'll be nice. Stankoven for Carolina. I think he had a solid game for them. I'll go Bobrovsky, second star, because we love our goaltenders. And then first star, Barkov. Is that a fair shot? Assist. 2 goals and an assist for Barkov. I think that's fair. So we'll do that. 3 stars, brought to you by Game Time and DraftKings. There you go. Use the promo code THPN for both. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Sorry about the game, kind of a snoozer, but I was kind of expecting that a little bit. I was hoping it'd be tight, and it was, but they blew it open in the third. The Storm Surge, they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the Cats, the Panthers. I think this series will end in 5. I think Carolina will get a sympathy win, but I do think we're ending this one in 5. The other series in the West, Edmonton, Dallas, that's where it's at. I think that's going 7. I think that's going to be a tight series. But we'll wrap it up here, everyone. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you are new, please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, live streams for the Stanley Cup playoffs and NHL regular season next year as well. Follow us on our socials. At hockeypodnet is the Insta and Twitter. Check me out on Twitter. At Grant Akeem is my Twitter handle. We already thanked the sponsors, and I can do my ending. It's very fancy. You're going to like it. I always like to end the streams by saying it's such a crazy world, so I'm sending all my love. Like it says back there, it's nicely lit up this time. From me to you and to everybody around the world, I give you some love right now. Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing okay. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Have a fun and safe Memorial Day weekend, everyone. Enjoy the hockey. Lots of hockey tomorrow with Team USA. Stanley Cup playoffs, PWHL finals, Calder Cup playoffs, lots of hockey. Hopefully you enjoy it. And we'll see you next time for another watch along on the channel, everybody.